Aloha! About a year and a half ago, my daughter became obsessed with Lilo and Stitch, and ever since we've been diligently tracking down all the cousins to find the one true place where they belong. If you'd like to know where you can get a Sparky experiment of your very own, please stay tuned. Sparky, also known as Experiment 221, is an illegal genetic experiment created by Jumbo Jukiva and a character in the Lilo and Stitch franchise. He is the first experiment to be activated and rehabilitated. He is designed to create crippling electrical surges. Stitch the movie. Lilo and Stitch activated 221's pod in the bathtub so he could recharge Jumbo's ship in order for them to rescue Jumbo, who had been kidnapped by Gantu. However, 221 had other ideas, and after destroying the house's power supply, he then escaped onto the island. Two-to-one managed to evade capture while short-circuiting some portions of Kakawa Town until he attacked the Birds of Paradise Hotel, where Lilo and Stitch were able to capture him by trapping him in a glass vase. Lilo and Stitch took 2-2-1 back to their house, where the latter and Stitch discovered from their interaction that they had much in common and were truly ohana. Thus, Stitch refused to allow 2-2-1, later named Sparky, to be handed over to Hamsterville as part of a ransom. When Lilo, Stitch, and Sparky arrived at the location of the ransom exchange, Stitch saved Jumbo while Lilo released Sparky to prevent him from being recaptured by Hamsterville. However, when Sparky saw the Grand Council and prepared to destroy the other remaining experiments along with Hamsterville, he chose to overload her ship's power grid, saving the experiments and unintentionally allowing Hamsterville to escape with them. When Sparky noticed this, he, along with Lilo and Stitch, stowed away on Gantu's leaving ship. Later, aboard Hamsterville's mothership, Sparky discovers Stitch about to enter a cloning process in which he would be cut in half. The former freed his cousin, and the two took revenge on Hamsterville before Sparky destroyed Hamsterville's cloning machine. When Lilo and Stitch later trapped Gantu in Experiment 625 aboard Gantu's ship, Sparky disabled the ship's navigation and ejected it from Hamsterville's mothership. The three then used the mothership to return to Earth with Hamsterville in tow. Afterwards, Lilo and Stitch found Sparky's one true place powering the abandoned lighthouse. Lilo and Stitch the series. After the film, Sparky became a supporting character in the series. Lilo and Stitch often visit him, along with the other experiments for various problems. Elastigirl. Sparky reappeared in Elastigirl as one of the audience members for Lilo's hula dance. The Asteroid. In the episode The Asteroid, Sparky is one of the 6 experiments that Stitch convinced to come with him and Lilo to save Earth from an approaching asteroid. Sparky uses electrical powers to jumpstart the ship and, along the journey, teased Hammerface and shocked Pleakley when the latter touched him. Angel. In the episode Angel, Sparky was one of the experiments that Angel reverted to evil using her song. Later, Sparky and the other depraved experiments attacked Stitch aboard a ship, but Angel turned them back to good before they could finish Stitch off. Working together, the experiments were then able to successfully escape the ship with Stitch. Skip. In an alternate future timeline, Sparky is one of the experiments seen on the Wanted posters. Checkers. Sparky was one of the experiments in Checkers that joined Stitch in a rebellion against Gantu. Sparky even used his electrical powers on Reuben when the latter lazed about instead of rowing the boat they were on. Plute. In the episode Plute, Lilo tried to convince Sparky to help her defeat Plute, but he was unable to because of an off-screen spectator complaining about them tampering with the lighthouse. Remy. In the episode Remy, Sparky was one of the experiments in Lilo's dream. Snafu. In the episode Snafu, Sparky is one of the experiments that joined Lilo and Stitch on a mission to rescue Gantu's captive experiment. Sparky helped break into the ship, and after the rescue team successfully freed the captive experiments, he was seen playing with them in Lilo's obstacle course. Leroy and Stitch the movie. In the film's opening, Sparky can be seen from the lighthouse waving hello to Lilo. Later, the first 624 experiments, including Sparky, were rounded up by Leroy and taken to a stadium to be destroyed. However, Lilo, Stitch, Jumba, Pleakley, Reuben, and Gantu arrived before the experiments could be destroyed. Sparky participated in the following battle between the experiments and the Leroy clones by electrocuting the Leroys. However, the Leroys soon gained the upper hand in the battle, but were defeated when Lilo, Stitch, Reuben, and several other experiments performed the song Aloha Oi, which caused the Leroy army to shut down due to a failsafe mechanism. Special abilities. Sparky can turn his body into an electrical current, allowing him to fly or travel through electric-powered generators, appliances, devices, outlets, and power lines. Another electrical current is generated between the two long antennas on his head, which can be used to create crippling electrical surges that jolts towards foes when he gets irritated, annoyed, or is pulling pranks. He can also shoot lightning blasts from his antennas and generate and release massive discharges of electrical energy. It is also shown that he likes eating batteries. Originally designed to short-circuit electrical power devices, Sparky can also use these electrical currents to power machines, lights, and such. Like his cousin Stitch, he has a second pair of retractable arms at his side, but he rarely uses them. His short body can extend into a large streak of a tail as he moves through the air at high speeds. Also, like Stitch, he can climb onto walls, hang from ceilings, and see in the dark. Sparky can speak a broken English. He can also speak Tantalog, which is his original language. What he says seems to have a distinctive buzz to it. Weaknesses. Sparky cannot pass through non-conductive objects and obstacles, which allowed Lilo to trap him in a vase.
I've never heard of that.
Trivia. Sparky is one of the rare experiments to not have black eyes, having dark blue eyes instead. Sparky is the first experiment to be turned from bad to good in Stitch the movie. Sparky is also the first experiment to demonstrate sharing Stitch's trait of having 2 extra arms, the others being Deforestator, Ace, and Reuben. Sparky and Zap are the only known experiments with primary functions directly involving electricity. Sparky appears along with several other Lilo and Stitch characters in a parody of the Disney Channel original movie High School Musical. To date, Sparky is the first and so far only Disney character by Disney Television Animation to appear in the Kingdom Hearts series. Sparky's antenna and tail appear in the online game Jumba's Lab. Sparky is one of the few experiments we've had some success with hunting down. Both were purchased off eBay, with the little 6-inch plush coming from Taiwan and the 10-inch Sparky being purchased in the United States. If you enjoyed this video, please smash a like and subscribe to the channel for more Lilo and Stitch videos. And leave a comment down in the comment section with who is your favorite experiment and which one you would like to see us do a video for next. Until next time, aloha!